Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here, honey. Welcome back to the channel. I just came to run my mouth real quick, not here for a long time. Just want to let y'all know that this Drake versus Kendrick beef has been a fucking key to the key. I have been getting my life the entire time that these men have been going back and forth, okay? Now, listen, I'm trying to go back and figure out when this SHI started. I really feel like Drake started this because I feel like it started when like Kendrick did like a diss track, he didn't really do a diss track, but he like did a track where he kind of shot off at a lot of different people in the industry. He said it was all friendly, right? Well, Drake ends up going on doing an interview where he tried to like kind of slick throw some shade or whatever at Kendrick, from my understanding. Now, once he threw some shade at Kendrick at a later time, I believe the song First Person Shooter came around where it was supposed to be J. Cole, I think Kendrick and Drake all being on one track together. Well, I guess after that situation happened with him throwing slick shade towards Drake or whatever, I'm sorry, Drake throwing slick shade towards Kendrick, and just watching Drake's moves, I feel like Kendrick just never really fucked with Drake in its entirety for like a long periodical time. So when the opportunity came up to do a song and feature on that with Drake, Kendrick turned it the fuck down. Okay, months later, here we are, or however long later, we see that Kendrick was featured on Future's song that Metro Boomin had called Like That. So he was featured on that song, and that's when he pretty much snapped on J. Cole and on what's this man's name? Drake, where he pretty much was like, man, F the big three, nigga, it's just big me, nigga, bum. Okay. So he's been ready to go with some heads. All right. Now when he put that out there, everybody was like, like Kendrick coming for Cole and he coming for Drake. Well, y'all know this was around the time that Dreamville Fest was about to drop. Once this came out and everybody heard the diss track or whatever, or the diss verse from Kendrick, J. Cole fired off with his, I think it was a 7-minute drill or something he called it, or whatever. He dropped his diss track, and I was here for Cole because Cole definitely took his shots, but he took his shots in the sense of, I'm gonna go in on this NIGGA, but I don't really want to do it because I got too much respect for this NIGGA. So I understood where Cole was at with it from the beginning. Okay, didn't really want to go down that lane. Well, by the end of that week, or the very next week, Cole was apologizing for the diss track he put out on Kendrick. He felt like it was really lame, and he just didn't like what he had to say. You know, he don't really want to go down that road with bro. He's like, listen, you can take as many shots if you want, as you want, and I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna take it on the chin. It is what it is, because I should have never did that stuff. Like, that's not where I'm at, and I allowed other people to get me hyped up to respond in that manner, because I wasn't even gonna say anything, honestly, but other people hyped me up to do so. So I played into it, and now I look a fool, and I want to, you know what I'm saying, renege. I want to snatch that back. Okay. So that's what happened. Next thing you know, Drake comes out and he starts dropping his disses. First of all, everybody dragged J. Cole for not participating in the rap beef. Let me tell y'all something. I am, based on how this turned out, I'm so glad J. Cole did not participate in this. Like, yeah, he can get there with you. If I feel like if any of the hip hop fans want to question J. Cole and his pen because he did not go at it with Kendrick, I feel like y'all was never fans to begin with, but that's just my personal. I understand that it's for hip hop though. I'm a hip hop fan in general. Like, we needed this for hip hop. Y'all ain't need that shit for hip hop. This Drake and J. Cole, this Drake and Kendrick beef, that's the one that y'all really needed, okay? Not so much as J. Cole beefing with Kendrick, all right? Y'all didn't need that. All right, now I don't know who would have won between J. Cole and Kendrick. I don't know. I don't know. Now that would have been a better one, in my honest opinion. J. Cole versus Kendrick would have been a way better battle, in my personal, than Kendrick and Drake. All right. But anywho, if y'all got a question here, I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all want to do. Y'all don't choose my king. Understand that. I don't care who y'all think is the number one. Y'all don't choose my king. Okay. I'm gonna choose my king. My king will always be Cole for me. Period. All right. Now let's go ahead and keep going. So we get to Drake. Drake done dropped his little track called Pusher. Drop it, give me 50, nigga. Drop it, give me 50. Drop it, give me 50. Okay. So he don't want to drop that track of Drop It, Give Me 50. And actually, let me see. Let me see if I could get like a timeline, because that's just a messy. Okay, track by track timeline of Drake and Kendrick's feud. Okay, so I can appreciate this. Shout out to Vulture. All right, and I might get into this a little later, but anywho. So he dropped that drop it, give me 50 or whatever. And girl, first of all, why was Rick Ross on his ass? Rick Ross was on his ass. I feel like other people was on Drake's tail. Metro Boomin was on his tail. You know, Future and him done fell out. So of course there's been some beef there. Rick Ross put his own diss track out against Drake, which was hilarious. Drake came back with push-ups and wrapped all them niggas up in a bow. And I thought that push-ups was really giving. You know what I'm saying? I knew that Kendrick Lamar was more lyrical in my personal opinion than Drake was, but I've always liked Drake's music more. I can like connect to his music more than I've been able to connect to Kendrick's, right? So I wasn't sure how this was going to pan out. When I heard that push-ups, I thought it was cool. And then Kendrick ended up releasing I think it was Euphoria. No, it wasn't no damn Euphoria. Wasn't it something else? I thought he released, maybe it was you know what? I think it was Euphoria because he took too damn long to release it. Okay. I think he dropped Euphoria. And then once he dropped Euphoria, I think Drake ended up dropping a song or something like that. And then Kendrick dropped a song like a few minutes right after Drake tried to drop his other diss. I forgot what that diss was called. Was it, dang, what was that disc called? Was it Family Matters? No, I think he dropped Family Matters and then Kendrick hurried up and dropped Meet the Grams immediately following. I think that's how that went. But I wasn't really connecting a lot with Kendrick's songs because I said, here's the thing for me. It was the beat that I wasn't connecting with, but the lyrics, I don't care what nobody's talking about. For me, the lyrics, Kendrick was eating the dog out of Drake. The lyrics was eating the dog out of Drake, okay? Drake seemed like he was shooting over some friendly fire, like I could really get with you if I want to. Kendrick was like, baby, it's no longer a warning. These are headshots. I do not fuck with you, and you need to know just how much I hate you. I hate you, nigga. I want you to die, nigga. Like, that's what it was getting. Like, he was really on his head. And I was like, baby, listen, people are not going to really fuck with this record, Kendrick, because people are always about the beat. What can make them jug, jive, vibe, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't be wanting to go deep with it. So I was afraid people were going to miss the mark when Kendrick come out, and they did. A lot of people missed the mark because they couldn't get past the beat, so they weren't going to listen to the rest of it to hear him really go in on Drake's ass. But if you literally like really listen to the lyrics, he ate that man up. He ate that man up. He ate him. I don't care. I know y'all love Drake, and that is fine. And I used to be one of those people, and I've never really sorry for Kendrick for me because I never connected with his music. But I have to be honest. Kendrick ate him the fuck up. Period. Okay. Then after he did that Meet the Graham song, I feel like Drake may have dropped something else, and then Kendrick ended up dropping They Not Like Us. They Not Like Us. That's what the song, baby, that song there was. I say, Kendrick, this is what the people been want. They want something that they could jug to. Baby, when I tell you I can't get freaky ass nigga, he a 6'9" guy. Freaky ass nigga, he a 6'9" guy. He a fan. Listen, I can't get that out my head. They not like us. They not like us. Nigga, wop. Listen. He was tearing this man. I don't care what y'all talking about. Like, when it comes to this beef between Kendrick and Drake, and y'all want to know who won, baby, Kendrick won. When Drake dropped this latest song last night or whatever, and I really want to put up the lyrics to that shit because that right there was clownery and the dance of fucking Reed. I said, Drake, baby, you should have kept this bullshit here. I think it's the heart part 6 or whatever. We gonna have to get into them lyrics because when I listened to it, me and my man listened to it together, I said, yep, he's giving up. I said, I can hear it right now. I said, he is giving up. He ain't got shit on Kendrick. All you're doing is spewing the same shit that you had already been saying, trying to talk about that man's wife, trying to say the baby ain't his. And granted, I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, but what I am saying is that you don't have enough on him to really come at him. Like, Kendrick didn't just come at you, he came at a whole crew. Okay, he came at you and your people. Now, that's what made Push-Ups pretty good when he dropped Push-Ups, because Drake wasn't just firing off on Kendrick. He fired off on Kendrick. Then he got at Rick Ross and some and Metro Boomin and whatever other suckers, Future. Then he got back in Kendrick's ass. And I said, okay, and the beat is giving. Okay, so I thought that was dope. Then he dropped another song after that with the AI of Tupac. Then he got in trouble with that shit. So then that's when Kendrick dropped. Matter of fact, let us go ahead and switch over here so we can get into what Vulture is saying. So shout out to them, a complete track by track timeline of Drake and Kendrick Lamar's feud. Okay, so It started off with Like That by Future and Metro Boomin and Kendrick Lamar. All right. So this was on March 22nd, 2024. That's what happened. He dropped that. He says, they said, Kendrick disses the notion that he's in a quote unquote big three with Drake and J. Cole rapping. He said, it's just big me, nigga, bomb, is what he says. Then he goes on to compare himself and Drake to Prince and Michael Jackson. Okay, he's like, you could be Michael Jackson all you want because you got all these fans and all of this. You know, you're gonna live forever, whatever you want to believe about yourself. But always know that Prince outlived Mike Jack, nigga, bum. Like, baby, when I tell you he been chewing on this man. So then Drake comes out with push-ups, and this is what he says: you ain't in no big three. SZA got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped down. Like your label, boy, you in the scope right now, and you gonna feel the aftermath of what I write down. I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight now. Just to have this talking, just to have this talk with your ass, I had to hike down. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now, baby. Let me say, them was bars. Drake was spitting here. It was giving, is what it was given, because Drake was spitting in this piece. I don't care. Drake was giving it. Drake also went after Lamar's work on pop songs from the likes of Maroon 5 and Taylor Swift, as well as throwing a straight dig at Rick Ross with the lyric, I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky, and can't believe he jumping in this turning 50. Every song that made it on the chart he got from Drizzy. Ross fired back just hours later with a diss track of his own, accusing Drake of getting plastic surgery. But let's stay on topic, baby. When he sat up there and called that man BBL Drizzy, has me on the floor. Okay, BBL Drizzy definitely has me on the floor. I'm not even gonna play the so we're gonna get back. I'm not gonna play that. Okay, let's keep going. So, of course, Tailor Made Freestyle came out April 19th, and I do believe this was the song where he had the audacity to include Tupac in on his BS. I don't know about y'all, and I don't know what Tupac would have been up to. I don't know. But based on who I am, based on what I can recall Tupac of being back then, okay, an advocate for black people wholeheartedly, and just how he rocked, and I feel like he was too real for most, and that's just too damn bad. He would not, in my personal opinion, I don't necessarily see him fucking with Drake. I don't. I just don't see the Tupac who then fucking with Drake now, but then, you know, I don't know. Those are a lot of years, right? He would have been a much older man, much more mature man, baby. He would have rocked out with him. I feel like Tupac would have been on some DMX shit, which is when DMX went down to the Breakfast Club and said, I hate that nigga. I hate the way he look, way he walk. I hate the way that nigga talk. I hate this and that about that nigga. I hate that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I figured Tupac would be on that. Right? Matter of fact, I feel like if Tupac and Biggie were still around, the rap game would be much different than what it is now. I feel like some of these mumble rappers wouldn't be able to slide in the way that they have slid in. But anywho, girl, that's just another thing. So that's just what I was thinking. So it's the audacity of you to purchase this man Tupac's ring and then turn around and then add his AI vocals onto a track only for your ass to receive some type of cease and desist or of some sort from Tupac's estate, which you should have, because you're the main one out here sending out cease and desist. Let Rick Ross tell it, and then now Metro Boomin over here confirming. Great, it's giving yikes. Okay, now what else he goes on to say? Now we gotta wait a effing week because Taylor Swift is your new top, and if you about to drop, she gotta approve it. So basically, these are some of the lines of what old boy was saying about Kendrick. So Kendrick then drops Euphoria. And Euphoria definitely got into some things. They said the verses attacked Drake's parenting. He said, I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. He says, then tell them where you got your abs from. So they're rumoring some of the things that Kendrick said in Euphoria. He rumored the plastic surgery. He talked about that. He says, you're not a rap artist. You're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Baby, when I tell you this line was so key, the line was key, my baby. You not a rap artist, you a scam artist with hopes of being accepted. This made so much sense by the time Kendrick got down to the latest song, They Not Like Us, and he broke Drake all the way fucking down. He broke Drake all the way down. Do you hear me? Broke it all the way down. I don't know what else to tell y'all. He broke him all the way down. And if I'm able to play it, I'll play it. You know what I'm saying? Because they saying that Kendrick lifted the copyright restriction so people can listen to it as creators. But if you do not see it in the video, then know that, girl, he did not give me, he didn't lift it for me, bitch. So I had to lift it up off my video. But if I'm able to slide it in, I'm gonna slide it in so we can get it together. Okay. So anywho, so that drops on April 30th, and then Kendrick dropped another one, 616 in LA. Now, see, first of all, this was a warning shot to Drake. Like, he could tell, see, nobody else knew, but Drake knew. This background is the outline of a shirt that belonged to you, and this glove is a glove that you often wear, Mr. Mike Jack. Okay? So you should know I'm about to expose you. This is me showing my hand. It's just showing just a little bit. Or at least it's you showing your hand, so let me show you what I got on you. Just a little bit. Okay? So Kendrick dropped that. Let me see what all he said in this track. Let me go. All right, they said making fun of Drake's penchant of using times and locations in his song titled 616 in LA arrived just days after Euphoria, delivering on the track's promise to go back to back, because Kendrick did say back to back, I'll get back to that. And that's exactly what he did, and he been getting back to it ever since. All right. He says it's also was notably produced by Jack and Tone Off, which feels like an acknowledgement of Drake's repeated Taylor Swift references. In the song, he claims to have operatives inside Drake's label rapping, have you ever thought that OVO was working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Yikes. Okay. And I do believe this. I believe that Drake is so high and mighty. I think over time people get tired of seeing other folks finesse. You know, I just feel like his team that's around him, they're around him for connection purposes and to say that they're affiliated for affiliation purposes. But honestly, I do feel like it's highly possible to have individuals in your team that really envy the fuck out of you, honestly. And I think that Drake definitely has some leakers. I do. It's unfortunate, but I do. Okay. Drake dropped Family Matters. I thought Family Matters was actually good. I actually enjoyed Family Matters. Okay, it was late at night when I was listening to it, holding my little man, rocking him to sleep, child. And I actually was seeing tweets, and I wasn't gonna listen to it. I was just seeing tweets. I was like, I'll listen to it later. But then I was like, no, let me check it out, baby. When I got to that line about him rapping about Rakim and how he need to have more babies or whatever, or he about to go off and have another baby. If he drop another track, people gonna be shocked because they ain't even know that he still rapped, and that he better off pursuing model. And then you trying to sit over there and come at me and tell me that you smashed my baby mama, but if you reflect back at the time that you was smashing my baby mama, who was I smashing? Basically insinuating that I was smashing your baby mama, so go figure. Okay, nigga, I had that before you did type energy. Like, girl, it was a mess. When I heard that, Babes was asleep. I had to wait. I said it was giving a bit of what's that man named TD Jakes? Wake up, wake up, wake up. That's what it was giving. I was like, you gotta get your ass up. I said, you're gonna have to get your ass. You're gonna have to get up. You have to hear this. You have to hear this, because this is too much. Drake is going in a little. I can't take it right now. I am shooketh. By the time I really got this man up to listen to it, Kendrick had dropped a track like boom. I was like, God damn. He was like, oh shit. I was like, what happened? He was like, Kendrick just dropped. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I cannot take this. I had to pause Family Matters halfway through because it was giving me too much. I was beginning to be shooketh at Family Matters, the way Drake was eating down on this track. I said, oh wait. This is a lot. Okay. And then we got to Meet the Grams, and Meet the Grams just really, bitch. I paused. I had to put the phone down for a minute. It was too much. It was too much. When I finished Meet the Grams, y'all, I literally was about to cry. That's how much Kendrick went in. I was like, I am about to be in tears. Like, I cannot take this. But before it ended, like halfway through, probably, I don't even think I was halfway through, and I had to just pause. I said, I need a break. I need a break. This is too much. Okay. Now let's go back to Family Matters. Let's see what some of the lines were that was put in there. They're saying that Drake responded with the nearly 8-minute track Family Matters. They said he also honed in on Kendrick Lamar's relationship with his fiance Whitney. Now, Drake definitely clocked you there, Kendrick, when it comes to Whitney, because why y'all been engaged this long? You done got 2 babies by this woman. You've known her since high school, but you have yet to marry this woman. What is really good in the hood is what I would like to know, okay? Now, he says that Drake alleges some infidelity on Kendrick's part. Wouldn't be surprised if there was some infidelity. He also alleges abuse. Listen, I don't know whether Kendrick has done that to that woman or not, but what I will say is I don't know this man, and I don't put that past these people. Okay? Don't put nothing past them. All right. So then he goes on to say, you the black messiah, wife it up a mixed queen and hit vanilla cream to help out with your self-esteem. On some Bobby SHI, I want to know what Whitney need. And when you put your hands on your girl, is it self-defense because she's bigger than you? Okay. Now, first of all, Vulture, I don't like how y'all putting the full lyrics in here of some of the stuff Drake said, but y'all just put little pieces of what Kendrick said. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick was chewing him up, but I see what y'all trying to do here. Anywho, so that's some of the stuff that Drake said in this Family Matters track. I think he also had raps about Kendrick. Every time he rapped, he sounded like he's trying to free the slaves. Baby, that was the wrong thing to say because the people been over there eating you up. They've been eating you up because they like a real man that is black. Okay, and grew up in black culture like J. Cole. They not finna sit up here and be sitting up and tell a person you rap like you trying to free the slaves. You sound stupid. And that is why, what did Kendrick tell him on that last track? Was it, which one was it? It wasn't Push-Ups. It was, I think it was Euphoria. Was it that one when he told him that you're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted? Okay, that is what you are. And that line proved Kendrick to be true, okay, to be right in my personal. Okay, now, so let's get to Meet the Grams now. So Kendrick, he didn't waste much time because I don't even think he let Drake's song sit online for 30 minutes. Girl, I don't even think he gave that man 10 minutes because another track was dropping. All right, he was going to hell in on him on Meet the Grams. Okay, what did he say? Let me go back. He says, speaking of children, the track also alleges that Drake has a secret daughter, a claim Drake responded to via Instagram saying, nah, hold on. Can someone find my hidden daughter, please, and send her to me? These guys are in shambles. All right. Then goes on. They said Lamar also circled back to the cosmetic procedure. And he says, get some discipline. Don't cut them corners like your daddy did. What Ozempic did. Don't pay to play with them Brazilians. Get a gym membership is what he says. So he said a lot of stuff in Meet the Grams. A lot of stuff. Definitely had me shook because I said, wait, is he trying to say this man got a daughter at 11? He was literally over there speaking to baby Adonis, then went on to speak to the daughter and the lack of father that was out there for him. And then I believe went on to go speak to Drake's mama. Okay, and I think he could have even addressed Drake in this Meet the Grams too. He was wearing his ass out, wearing him thin. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Drake is saying that he ain't got no daughter out here, but I won't be surprised if he do. I'm just going to be real honest because we do know Drake's history of trying to get a lot of women to have abortions. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of these ladies did not have one. Now, it could be a speculation of, was it really a girl or was it a boy? We don't know what Drake may have out here, but I wouldn't be surprised if he has a child out here walking around and people believe that that is indeed his child. Now, there is a woman on Instagram. I am highly aware before y'all go down in the comments and tell me, look up this person, Jami. Look up that person. I've already seen it. I've seen the little boy that looks exactly like Drake, but we do not know for sure if that is his dad. I did find an article from 2014 when this story first came out about the woman allegedly having the child by Drake. And then they said over on her Facebook, they saw pictures of the actual dad. So that story is what they're alleging had been cleared up a long time ago. So I went over to her Facebook and I have not seen any photos of any man on her page aside from the one where they're both having masks on their face. So I haven't seen any old photos of that child's dad to really know whether or not, oh no, that's that man's baby and not Drake's baby. I don't know. I also feel like the lady might enjoy the narrative if it's not Drake's child. I think she might enjoy the narrative that people believe that it is. But let me tell y'all something. I don't know if it's giving reincarnation, because if it was, Drake would have had to clap the hell up out of here in order for him to be reincarnated. But let me tell you something. Okay, that motherfucking child looked just like Drake as a baby. Okay. And this was not given no damn AI. This was not no editing, none of that. This baby looks like Aubrey Graham as a child. Okay. So I don't know. And even though the young man has gotten older and the young man has gotten darker, because he was a very light child. Now that he's gotten older, he's gotten a bit darker. And I have to say, even with that brown complexion, it's still giving Drake. But I don't know who the baby's daddy is. I don't know. But the baby is definitely around the age of what people are alleging that Kendrick was talking about. Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if Drake had some scares in the past of whether there was a woman that had his baby or something, which is why conversations was coming up and people probably spilled their tea over there to Kendrick, because I feel like he could have had some scares or something. So yeah, I do believe that when he says he has moles in Drake's camp, I believe that he does. Okay. When Drake says that Kendrick could have been out here wop 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 on his wife, it's a possibility. Okay, it's a possibility. I don't know. Neither one of them have necessarily provided proof of what's what, you know what I'm saying? But it's easier for us to believe Kendrick's stories because of how Drake has operated in the past and him being exposed for certain behavior in the past. That's why, because I've seen people on social media like, why y'all believe in Kendrick over Drake? Because of his history, because of Drake's track record. It makes it easier for one to believe such until it's proven otherwise. With Kendrick, he pretty much has been clean. He hasn't really had anything attached to his name. So when you try to say that he's been physical with his wife, some people are over there like, I don't believe that. Now, I'm not going to say I don't believe it because I don't know these folks, okay? I'm just going to say anything is possible. I don't know. Give us a little bit more to believe, okay? So, there's that. But anywho, so then we get to this track, which is called They Not Like Us. They Not Like Us, honey. All right. So they say not even 24 hours later, after Meet the Grams, Kendrick had more to say with the brutal talk, not like us. So he said certified lover boy, certified pedophiles, baby. He said, say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1 trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. Now, see, that's the only thing I don't like that they do. I don't really like that part when people, because I feel like a few people do this. I feel like I know Nicki's known for doing this. Drake did this in one of his recent songs. I feel like JT did it too. And now Kendrick is doing it. I don't like when they be like minor, or when they try to stretch out a word because they ain't got no more bars or something like that. Like, stupid. Like, cut it and give us some more rhymes, please. Just add a little something, or stop there and let the beat drop, or I don't know, but it's something about it. But anywho, I guess that's the style. So anywho, they said that he circles back to Drake using AI to recreate Tupac's voice, tailor-made freestyle rapper. He says, you think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pop, nigga? I think that Oakland show gonna be your last stop, nigga. When I tell you this man wore his ass out, they not like us. They not like us. You know what? I was going to play it. Girl, I'm not even going to play it. I'm going to let y'all go check it out and let y'all listen to it, okay? Now, Drake decides to drop The Heart Part 6. And this is where that went wrong. First of all, I have to pull up the lyrics. Give me 1 second. Because I have to pull up the lyrics for They Not Like Us by Kendrick. Because my favorite part of the song was when he talked about, like, he tried to break down the Atlanta portion, right? Let's get into that. So we'll get into the lyrics of Kendrick's, then we'll hop into the lyrics of what's that man name? Drake. And then we'll explain why he was over there capping and why America has been on his ass. Okay. So Kendrick starts the track off with, I see dead people. Mustard on the beat, ho. Hey yo, mustard on the beat, ho. He says, Debo, any rap nigga, he a free throw. Man down, caller, amber lamps, tell him breathe, bro. Nail it to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me for Kamal and they mama. I love this line because I felt like once Drake dropped the previous song, which was what was it? was it Meet the Family Matters? A lot of people tried to overhype Family Matters, although it was good and I enjoyed it. Meet the Grams to me was a bit deeper in my personal. Okay, and everybody in the industry started to automatically choose up sides, and it's like, what is this loyalty that y'all have to Drake so bad to make it appear as though Kendrick wasn't eating his ass up? Like, what is this? What are y'all doing? Like, I didn't like it. So anywho, he goes, so I love that he snapped at the industry, like, without attacking each person, because he probably not gonna do that. But the industry can hate me, fuck them all, and they mama. I know that's right. Fuck all y'all niggas. Just want to sit up here and cap. Continue to cap the hell out. So he says, how many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body. I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass. I had the Bible. If God watches, sometimes you gotta, this was my part. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman. I'm the one that up the score with him. Walk him down whole time. I know he got some hoe in him. Pole on him. Ooh, extort SHI, bully death row on him. Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any BIT that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. Ooh, and Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? Because y'all know Baca got that case. It was either from 2014 or 2017. And Baca got this case for human. Okay, and I feel like this happened before Drake even signed him. I cannot remember. Okay, here it is right here. It says Baca Not Nice was previously a former security guard who signed to OVO in 2017. That's what it was. That was okay. So 2014 was when he was arrested for forcing a 22 woman into prost. You understand what I'm saying? And then taking her money. So Drake, you was aware of this in 2014, but you still signed that motherfucker to your label in 2017. So that's why he went on to say certified lover boy, certified pedo. Wop, 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 dot, wop, 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 wop. I'm gonna do my stuff. Let me tell you, I love this because the way he was tacking them up, talking about Chubbs, Party, Baca, Drake. I was literally thinking like, damn, he's spanking all these niggas. So when he came in with the wop, 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 dot, fuck him, I said, that is literally what's in my head. How did you know? I loved it. Okay. He says, why you trolling like a BIT? Ain't you tired trying to strike a chord? And it's probably a minor. Okay. He says, they not like us. They not like us. Yeah. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. He says, you think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac? I think the Oakland show gonna be your last stop. Did Cole foul? Oh, he said, did Cole foul? Did J. Cole foul? I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches. Go. Listen. He probably did do Cole foul, but can I intersect here? And I meant to say this earlier. So when J. Cole came out and he apologized for doing the diss towards Kendrick, a lot of people said that, oh, J. Cole didn't want that smoke. He didn't want that smoke. I'm not going to disagree with y'all, but this is what I do believe. I believe that J. Cole knew what was about to happen. In my personal, that's just mine, girl, not yours, but mine. In my personal, okay? And first of all, in my personal, y'all know y'all hear it here first. So if y'all hear anybody say in my personal, girl, you know where it came from. It came from me. Okay, but anyway. So in my personal, because I just be making up shit on the fly, high key. But in my personal, I feel like J. Cole knew what was about to happen. I feel like even though Kendrick Lamar slick kind of dissed him and said, it ain't no big three, nigga, it's just big me, nigga, bomb. It's always been, I feel known, but not really known, but I'm learning that it's always been known that Kendrick has not been feeling Drake ever. So even if it seemed like he was throwing shade at somebody else, the shade is always clear as direct to Drake. And I feel like J. Cole may have got word like, oh, this ain't even really got shit to do with me. Let me go ahead and step to the side. Like, first of all, that was lame anyway. So he was feeling conflicted in his spirit, but I also feel like he knew what Kendrick had in store. And then they're saying that Kendrick Lamar was in the studio and he recorded like 19 minutes long worth of music. So all of these different chops up, that's why he had it so ready to go in the chamber, ready to drop, dot, fuck him up, because he had already recorded. It was nothing for him to snip each portion out, because he had already predicted Drake's moves. And the first song that he dropped, when he said, F the big three, nigga, it's just big me, he was already prepared. He already already knew. He baited him in. He already knew how he was coming. And that's exactly, like, Drake literally, in my opinion, fed into the game of Kendrick. And I think that J. Cole knew exactly what was finna go down. That's why he stepped aside and realized this ain't even my beef. This ain't even got nothing to do with me, for real, for real. This is about them niggas, okay? So there's that. All right, but that's just what I think, girl, my personal. So that he says, did Cole foul? I don't know why you still pretending. What is this owl? The birds and bird BITs go. He says, the audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey, Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit holes is still deep. I can go further, I promise. Ain't that something? He says, ain't that something? B-Rad stands for BIT, and you Malibu most wanted. Ain't no law, boy. You ball, boy. Fetch Gatorade or something. He says, since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas get a wedgie, be flipped over your boxers. He says, what OVO for? The other vaginal option. NIGGA better straighten they posture. Got famous all up in Compton. He says, might write this for the doctorate. Tell the pop star quit hiding. Fuck a caption, won't action. No accident, and I'm hands on. He fuck around, get polished. Fucked on Wayne girl while he was in jail. That's conniving. Then gets his face tatted like a BIT apologizing. Now, first of all, for a person that did not know about this story, that is a wowzer's moment, because it was a wowzer's moment for me. I didn't know that Lil Wayne put this in a book, nor that he did interviews about this a long time ago. Now, that is some shady SHI. That's some shady SHI. Ooh, child. Drake is a sneaky one. Honey. So he goes on to say, I'm glad D-Roz came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither. From Alondra down to Central, nigga better not speak on Serena. I know that's right. And your homeboy needs to subpoena that predator move in flocks. That name got to be registered and placed on a neighborhood watch. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Yeah, it's all eyes on me, and I'ma send it up to Pac. Hey, put the wrong label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Sweet chin music, and I won't pass the ox. He says, how many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Devil is a lie. He a 6'9" guy. As a nigga need to stay their ass inside. Roll their ass up like a fresh pack of za. City is back up. It's a must. We outside. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Then goes on to say, once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homies still double down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second. Let me put y'all on game. Fourth verse was like everything, I feel. The settlers was using town folk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This the real nigga challenge. You called Future when you didn't see the club. Lil Baby helped you get your lingo up. 21 gave you false street cred. Thug made you feel like you a slime in your head. Quavo said you can't be from North Side. 2 Chainz say you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague. You a fucking colonizer. The family matter and the truth of the matter. It was God's plan to show y'all the liar. He a fan. Freaky ass nigga. He a 6'9" guy. Listen, he wore Drake out. Baby. Wore Mr. Drake the fuck down. Okay, so I am bumping this track. I think Kendrick did what needs to be done on this track in my personal, and everybody has been bouncing and dancing to it. They have been getting their lives. All right, so now we can get into the heart part 6. But let me tell y'all what had me cackling about the heart part 6. It was Drake over on Instagram. After I think I had listened to the song first and realized, oh, this nigga done gave up. Like, this is so horrible. He had gave up, but this is what had me cackling. So let us switch over. Drake put this up, okay? So this is really Dave Free, one of Kendrick's best friends, who he is trying to allege that Kendrick's fiance had a baby by, right? So then, and he also talked about how Dave Free be over here liking all the pictures. So he gets over here in the comments and he says in his caption, The Heart Part 6 is out now, and we know you're dropping 6 minutes after. So instead of posting my address, you have a lot to address. I thought this was so funny, and we know you're posting 6 minutes after me. So, like, whatever. Like, we know that you're going to post after me and, whatever. So you can upstage me, so whoever. Like, no one cares. Like, it's whatever. Like, that was hilarious. But let's get into it. Okay, so then he says, okay, of course, Aretha, now let me see you prove it or whatever. So I guess he wants he wants Kendrick to prove this that he's talking about. All right. Well, Kendrick don't really got to prove what he's talking about because social media is doing it for him. They're pulling up your past is what they're doing now, and your buddy's past as well. So he says, all right, the Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. Okay. Let's keep going because I feel like a lot of what Drake said was stuff that we've seen online, which is what y'all tried to say that Kendrick was doing, which is why a lot of y'all was saying Kendrick wasn't winning because he was saying what people was already saying. Well, what y'all got to say about y'all good six God? What y'all got to say about Drake over here that was repeating a lot of what the other folks saying and contradicting himself throughout his raps? Let's keep going. So he says, I got your effing lines tapped. I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork or the cabinet is filed in? 1090 Jake would have took all the walls down. The streets would have had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connect stand up, not fall down. The ones that you're getting your stories from, they all clowns. Remember that now. The ones you're getting your stories from, they're all clowns. I'm a war general seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals, honor, and decoration. You waited for this moment, overcome with desperation. We plotted for a week, then we fed you the information. So are you saying that you guys are the clowns then? If you're saying the ones you're getting your information from, they all clowns? So you must be saying that y'all are the clowns because you also said earlier that I got your effing lines tapped. I swear that I'm dialed in. So if you're dialed in, then you would know who he's getting his information from for you to call them clowns, only for you to turn around, my dear, and then say we plotted for a week and then fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. Nah, somebody gave you that theory and you ran with it. He says, we thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you're not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in Advantage Studio, it's a celebration. But here's the thing. You're saying that he's so thirsty, whatever, y'all was going to feed the details about a daughter and give a name and location. Well, then why did you come on social media and question, like, where's the daughter that y'all say I have? Where is that? Somebody find me the daughter that they're claiming that I have. A person that gave information to somebody else not finna do that. So then he says, you got to learn to fact check things and be less impatient. Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration. Even the picture you used, the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he used for less inflation. Now listen, the photo, because when he came back with, I think it was Meet the Grams, or no, they not like, no, Meet the Grams. When he came back, he gave us the full picture. He had medication of Drake, medication from Drake, the Ozempic and different stuff that was personal belongings of Drake. How he got it, I don't know. What I believe he got it. I believe he got it from like an assistant or somebody. Whoever packs Drake's bags and may often take a picture of what's in his bags and sends it to Drake. I think that person may be the one that could have sent this information over to Kendrick, but that's just what I'm thinking. All right. So he goes on to say, master manipulator, you a bit on the speculation. You dumb and reactive. NIGGA, I'm petty with dedication. What about the bones we dug up in the excavation? Now, when he says I'm you dumb and reactive, nigga, I'm petty with dedication. When he says that leads me to believe that this is not over. Okay. He says, and why isn't Whitney denying all the allegations? Why does Whitney need to deny the allegations when this ain't about her? You making it about her. This about her nikah. This about her nikah. Okay. So why she needs to address it? All right. But then he says, why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale? Oh, that is a piece of interest. Now, why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale? Now, granted, it is common for a lot of people in relationships to not follow each other, but Drake could potentially have a point here. What is really going on? Okay. Why is that the case? He says, you haven't seen the kids in 6 months. The distance is wild. Dave leaving heart emojis underneath pics of the child. Speaking of anything with the child, let's get to that now. This Epstein angle was the SHI I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. So it's giving things that you collected and dissected as well. Okay, so it seems like y'all might both be doing the same thing. Instead of being on some disdirect SHI, you rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect SHI. My mom came over today and I was like, mother, 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 wait a second. That's one record where you say you got molested. Actually, that's not true. Okay, we learned that in that particular record because we know Drake did not listen to it. Okay, he talks about how his mom, from my understanding, was violated, and because of her experience with that, she believed that it happened to her son. So when he was fronted with the question about, did this person do this to you or violate you in whatever manner, he said no, it did not happen, but obviously he wasn't being listened to, and they still believe that it happened to him, even though he's like, that never happened to me. So Drake used this angle to try and attack somebody being violated, and you was loud and wrong, and the people on social media is eating you up about it. Like, that's not how you respond to that. He says, fuck me. I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. This is when your father leave your home alone with no protection. So neglected. That's why these pedophile raps is SHI. You so obsessed with is so excessive. First of all, this is lame. I'm sorry. This is lame. You think that because a person was once, quote unquote, violated themselves, that they're leaning into the pedo raps against you? I don't think so. Like that was whack. And I feel like this whole portion is going to be very sensitive to fans that may have been violated. And, you say some stuff like that. But I'm going to let your fans choose because, some of them going to go up for you anyway. Because it's just how they is, you know what I'm saying? So then he says, they acted like it's so aggressive, but you just never known affection. I don't want to dish you anymore. This really got me second guessing. This is where I need y'all to drag him like y'all tried to do Cole. Because as soon as I heard, I don't want to dish you anymore, this really got me second guessing. It's giving, I feel defeated. That's what it's giving. And y'all tried to chew J. Cole up for backing out. But imagine getting this far and then now you want to back out because somebody is over there calling out the pedo conversations. And then you're wanting to insinuate that the only reason why they're bringing up these conversations is because they were violated by a pedo or whatever the case is. And that's the reason why you don't want to diss them anymore. That makes no sense. Okay, that makes no sense. He says, Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play. You probably start reflecting. Wow. That is crazy work. That's crazy work. He says, I never been with no one underage, but now I understand why this the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was effing young girls, I promise I would have been arrested. Baby, do you know how long it took for R. Kelly to get arrested? Do you know how long it's taking for Diddy to deal with the stuff that he's dealing with? I cannot. They is chewing you down. He says, I'm way too famous for this SHI you just suggested. So you really believe that because you're famous, you are beyond violating somebody else or messing around with underage people because you're too famous for this. Newsflash, dear heart, that's not going to be anything to make people overlook the accusations. You're not beating them, okay? Because nowadays, because people are too famous is the very reason that they believe that they can get away with a lot of the SHI out here that's happening. Okay, so that's terrible, that's terrible. He says, but that's not the lesson. Clearly there's a deeper message, deep cuts that never healed and now they got infected. He says, like if Dave really effed your girl and got her pregnant, talk about breeding resentment. I'm not sure how to ease the sentiment. This SHI is too intimate. I'm praying you recover from both incidents, but you a piece of SHI, so this SHI really no coincidence. Drake is not a name that you gonna see on no SO list. Okay, now listen, the people say you right because they gonna see Aubrey's name on there. They're not gonna see Drake's. This is a mess, okay? They say you mentioning a minor, but NIGGA's got B sharp, and that tells the fans who was it, okay? He says, you thought you left D flat, D major, I'll slit your throat with the razor and do Rick Ross air like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama's screensaver. Only effing with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never look twice at no teenager. I don't even think Kendrick mentioned Millie Bobby Brown in any of his lyrics. I don't think I've heard Millie Bobby Brown come out of Kendrick's mouth, but I know y'all gonna leave it in the comments anyway, because it's just how y'all is. So the fact that you will come to the front and mention Millie Bobby's Brown is enough for me to believe that you were the one that were going to TikTok to get your dissertations and all of that of what you tried to say Kendrick was over there doing, right? You was over there taking TikTok videos you collected and dissected. Okay, instead of being on some direct SHI, you are the one that would rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect SHI. But you didn't misdirect it, because what you did was send people right back in the circle to knock the fuck out of you. I'm just letting you know, Drake, how it's looking. Okay, I'm just letting you know how it's looking to me. Okay. What else did he say? He says, I'm a effing hit maker, dog, not a peacemaker. You're definitely a hit maker. Yes, you are. He says, yeah, bullets that I'm stuffing each chamber. Your ass is in extreme danger. He says, stop buying views and bot comments. Baby, these are not bot comments. These are not bot comments, and these are not views. And when you start going into the buying views and bot comments, is enough to let me know that you have absolutely nothing on this man that you could really come at him about. You have nothing. He says you may as well keep the paper. SHI you about to need for later. I give a fuck about your streaming data. Well, then why did you mention it if you didn't care anything about it? You could drop 100 more records. I'll see you later. It's giving J. Cole just a bit. You can say whatever you want to say. I'll take it on the chin. I'm good. Like, this is furthermore of him bowing out. He says, yeah, maybe when you meet your maker, I don't want to. Oh, wait. I just caught that. He says, even though it sounded like Drake was bowing out, he says, you could drop 100 records. I'll see you later. And he said, maybe when you meet your maker. So I'm taking it as, yeah, I'll bow out later, but nah, not really, nigga. I'm on your head top till you out of here is what it's giving. Okay. Now, I also want to interject here and say, I already knew this wasn't over. I don't care what nobody believes, because the fact that Drake dropped this diss and everybody is still finding contradictions within his lyrics and still holding him to those pedo and those different type of allegations, he is going to have to drop another diss in my personal to distract people from bringing up this shit here. That is one of the reasons why I feel like it's not over. But after I go back and listen to these lyrics, what a lot of us may have thought sounded like defeat or giving up is really him being sarcastic in a sense of like, you could drop as many records as you want. I'll see you later. And then he's like, yeah, nah, maybe when you meet your maker. Like, I'm still on your ass, okay? So he says, I don't want to fight with a woman beater. It feeds your nature. If you still bumping R. Kelly, you could thank the Savior. Said if they deleted his music, then your music is going to a hypocrite. Now, what people are saying is that's not true. The reason why Kendrick wanted R. Kelly's music to stay up on platforms is because R. Kelly's victims still get paid from that money. So if you snatch it off, then how are those individuals going to get paid? They got to get their money, okay? And y'all gonna play the music anyway, because they just how y'all is, so might as well let these folks eat. So he says, I don't understand why these people praise you. Sounded like you send him commissary when he needs some paper. Now, see, girl, this is tea. So it's like, are you saying it sounds like he's sending him commissary, or do you have proof that you drop? Because I ain't seen none of the Drake fans go and find the leaks to show that Kendrick been sending money. Now that right there will be real interesting, honey. But he says, album dropping soon. No wonder you turn into a clout chaser instead of doing hard labor. Interesting. Okay, that's a cute little line. He says, NIGGA, I'll see you when I see you, like Fantasia. And Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. And when I say I hit your back, it's a lot safer, huh? I promise. I don't know what he means by that. So the outro says, I'm not gonna lie, this SHI was some good exercise. Like, it's good to get out and get the pen working. You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator and you weren't fucking lying to every blogger and editor. But it is what it is. Ain't nobody lying to no blogger and editor. We're all over here dissecting this, okay, as is. This what you put out. You can't be mad what you put out. The people don't like what you put out. He says you definitely got this SHI burnt the fuck out though. Like, you got 10 more more records to drop the one before the last one. We finessed you into telling a story that doesn't even exist. Y'all finessed him, or are y'all the clowns? Which one is it? And then you go and drop the West Coast one to try and cover that up. I would like that one, the W, that would, he says, that would some SHI, that would be some SHI I could dance to if you wasn't tripling down on some whole other bullshit. But you know, at least your fans are getting some rap side of you. I'm happy I could motivate you, bring you back to the game, like, you know. But just let me know when we're getting to the facts. Everything in my SHI is facts. I'm waiting on you to return the favor. Like, that's what he's saying. So Drake is saying that Kendrick over there lying on him, honey. He's saying Kendrick is down bad. Kendrick is lying on him. And let's say he lying, and let's say Drake is lying too. They both probably lying on each other. Drake lying about the Whitney stuff and the Dave Free situation, and Kendrick could be lying about some of, because not all the stuff Kendrick said was lies, because people have pulled the proof out on that, okay? But let's say he lying about some stuff. If it came down to it, I will say that I like 2 tracks, Push-Ups, and it also would have been Not Like Us. Those would be the only 2 tracks that I like, the first and the last. Okay, the first of Drake's and the last of Kendrick's. And with that being said, which one am I gonna diddy bop to? I would say I'm probably gonna diddy bop more to Kendrick's, but I have to go back and listen to Push-Ups, because honestly, I probably would play both of them hoes back to back, as they are dissing each other. Okay, same thing with Chris Brown and Quavo. I said, not me in the car playing both of the disses back to back and just listening to them diss each other. You know, so that's what it's giving for me. Okay, but I would love to hear you all's thoughts and comments down below on how you felt about this overall rap beef, whether you feel like it's over, whether you feel like it's not over, and yeah, who you think won. I feel like Kendrick has won so far, unless Drake drops more. I feel like Kendrick won. I do feel like at the beginning Drake definitely was bowing out, even though it's giving a joking matter, so we don't know if he's truly bowing out or not, but it definitely sounded like he gave up. And I'm going to give it to Kendrick for this rap battle, okay? I do think both of the guys are amazing artists at the end of the day. Whether we like it or not, I think Drake is great at what he does. Separate the person from the music or whatever. I think Drake is great. And I think that Kendrick is amazing as well. So, I mean, they're both great artists. But in this sector of beef, just here, I think Kendrick has won so far. But I do feel like this is a battle that Kendrick has won, but Kendrick is prepared to win the entire war against Drake, in my personal. And if there are any Drizzy fans that are here and you feel like I am biased, I am. Okay, whatever you think, believe that shit. Okay, what Nikki said, you can suck on it, spit on it, whatever it is, because I don't fucking care. Okay, if you think that I'm biased, I am. For me to not even be a person that listens to Kendrick music like that, and I've always loved Drake more than Kendrick and will always go to his concerts, no ma'am. Okay, he's lost this one, and that's on P. So whatever you think, baby, you're right, and I don't give a damn. Okay, that is all that I got at this time. You guys leave your thoughts and comments down below on everything that we just talked about with this whole fucking mess, okay, between the two. Also, Metro Boomin, did I talk about that? Metro Boomin has been going in Drake's SHI. Let me say that real quick. He done sat up there and did a track called BBL Drizzy. And when I tell you, this shit is hilarious. Now, don't be asking me to rap on it, girl, because I'm not rapping on a damn thing, okay? I'm not going to be rapping on anything. But what I will say is that the beat is fire. And I also will say that Metro Boomin has been on Drake's head. He put out the fact that Drake dropped a cease and desist on him. And I do want to get into that just a little bit, okay? I want to get into that before we go. All right, let's get into that. I was almost out of here. So he hashtag freaky as and I don't know who this is or who Drake is sitting on. It looks like it's a woman that he's sitting on. I don't know, but I mean, they're using this as a joking. All right, they're calling him zesty because of the pose that he took here. I'll let you guys be the judge. Metro says this SHI so easy because all I gotta do is post SHI that you already put out. And that was the thing for me with this latest song and how Drake tried to spin it. It's like you're talking about people got bots and all of this stuff and buying views or whatever, and it's like ain't nobody got bots because they're liking Kendrick's music more than you. You put this out and people are judging accordingly. That's just what it is, okay? So then they do this AI video of a person getting surgery and have the audacity to put Drake's face on it, and this was messed up, honey. All right. He said, I know an NIGGA with lipo scars not trying to call me lame. Baby, I'm hollering. Then goes on to show Drake hugging somebody with these nails. So I guess they're trying to attack his manhood and insinuate that he might be into something else. He says, I know an NIGGA pushing 40 and painting his nails, not trying to call me lame. He then goes on to show a Sexy Red and Drake saying he see two bad BITs. Okay. Then he posts Drake. Girl, this is a mess. Okay. This is a mess of Drake in his black face. This right here for me is another indicator that Drake did not grow up in black culture, because who finna do this? Who is about to do this? Okay, and this video, this photo of Drake has been surfacing around for a long time, and people never cared to do anything about it because they loved Drake so much, right? And I don't think anything else is going to come from it, aside from him being called Colonizer as a nickname. Okay, he says, I still can't believe these pictures are even real. It all makes sense now, hashtag Colonizer. I do feel like Drake is hurt. I do feel like Drake is hurt by people labeling him white boy and calling him colonizer. And I say that because I feel like he fought so hard to be in this culture, right? To get what he didn't get when he was younger. And then for people to now attack him for the very thing that he seemed like he was trying to get away from. I think that he was a bit, I think he's a bit hurt by that, for sure. Yeah. I do. Then he goes on, he says the drum thing was laughable, so I let it slide. But what we not gonna do is spread lies and have my loved ones involved. Nobody ever hit my girl in IGGA. We grew up together. She's a real woman and not even in the industry. But I guess you wouldn't know nothing about that. Then he goes on to say, I'm lame, but the first week after like that, you tried to block it at radio. I've been sitting on this email for about a month now, but was just sparing you. Oh, you ain't hashtag like that record. So this is when they put it out. I guess they sent something to him and said, hey, Becca, per our conversation last week, we are not granting radio rights for like that. Epic does not have the right to release this song at radio. Thanks for your understanding and cooperation. So it looks like y'all are trying to stop that. They say that Drake and Metro are on the same label, so I can see him sending a call up like, don't get him no promo for that. Okay, then he goes on to say, now go make another song telling more lies, because we both know you can't tell everyone why I don't F with you. That wouldn't be a good look either for you, so I'm gonna spare us both with that. Listen, I wonder what it's about, and the fact that you keep trying to attack this man's sexuality just a little bit on your page is bringing into question what's the real reason as to why you don't want to F with him. That's crazy, girl. I feel like that's some crazy work. Social media have been all over Drake, all over him. And I do feel like Drake's feelings are a bit hurt. I feel like they are. I feel like I heard that a little bit in the song. I feel like he sounded defeated and he wanted to just let it go because he wasn't beating the allegations. And when he comes off vacation and him and his team get together and they figure some stuff out, he's probably going to drop something else. And I'm sure Kendrick is waiting. Okay. Now, Top Dog, the one that's over Kendrick's label or whatever, did come out and say, now that we know who the real king is, can we get back to doing some other stuff or whatever? So, yeah, I don't know if that means that they are going to stop. But he says, now that we see that Dot is still king, it's time to address those who thought otherwise and show their hand. Not like us, TDE. So that made me think, is Kendrick about to come out and drop, more shots at other people that chose a side or what? And then he followed up with the tweet saying good battle. So when he said good battle, it was given that it's over and that Kendrick is not going to say anything else to or about Drake. I don't know, but I do believe that Kendrick is prepared for whatever. All right. But again, that's all I got. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. Let me know how y'all feeling about it, what y'all think about it. And just let me know everything, honey, because it's a whole lot of going on in this bitch, okay? That's all that I got, honey. I am JamiThatsMe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'm going to get y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda, we hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drum.